everyone, it's Erin from Lady Be Collective, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's topic is going to be about things we can control and things we can't control. Okay, so this is a hard one for I think a lot of people, and it's really hard for me. I want to control things, right? Because for someone like me, especially with anxiety, we have kind of these days and these moments and everything's kind of catastrophic, right? Like we're waiting for the ball to drop. And that's really scary. So the more things we can control, the more we feel like we're in control, obviously. And I think what happens though with that is that we spend so much time trying to control things that we can't really control, that it causes us more stress and anxiety. And you know, people always say like, you just can't control that, like let it go, it's just something you can't control. And I can hear that, right? I can rationally hear that, but that doesn't mean that I don't think about it and I don't try to do it, right? Like I almost looked at it as like, I can't control that. And I hate using the word control because for me, I just want to be like most people, feel like have that feeling of comfort and safety and consistency, right? And so for so long I wanted to control everything, and when I tried to let it go, it was really hard. I found myself, like a lot of people, going to other things to try to control. And we don't always see that. We subconsciously do that. We want to be in control, and we think that when we lose control, we don't like that feeling. When you're not in control of things, I don't care who you are, it's not a great feeling. I understand that we want to heal, we want to grow, we want to learn, and that's letting go of control, whether it be giving it up to God or the universe or just letting go. But the reality is a lot of us don't do that, and we just go onto other things and control those to make us feel better. And I think with that, it's just, it's too much. Like I find myself losing control because I'm trying to control everything, and when I can't, I'm just disappointing myself, right? I'm making the same mistakes or I'm doing the same patterns, and that's not good for me, for anyone else. And I think that when you're committed to wanting to grow, I think there's ways that, you know, I thought like, well, if I can't control this, I got that, but like, how do I feel better about that, right? Like, I get that it's difficult, I get that it's uncomfortable, but sometimes I have a real issue with, you know, how much is too much, right? Just because you can deal with it doesn't mean you should, right? Like, you should change and grow and make yourself uncomfortable to grow. But if you're constantly uncomfortable, then where are those moments where you pass that bridge into feeling more comfortable, right? You know, when people say, oh, you'll go through this tough time and then feel better. But sometimes you don't. And sometimes you keep staying in the same pattern of the tough time because you keep making yourself suffer more than you need to suffer. And that's what I was stuck in and what I still get stuck in. And I think a lot of people can relate to this if they're being honest with themselves. So for me, I just started thinking about, okay, there's a lot of things, like good things I can control, right? Like just getting up and having a positive mindset, or trying to make the best out of the day, or looking at it from something from a different perspective, trying to fuel my body and mind the best that I can, right? Trying to treat myself and other people with respect, trying to be present, trying to have gratitude, just appreciating the little things. And those seem like those are little or every little day things, but we can control that, right? We can control certain stuff that actually makes us feel really good. And when we can focus on those good, positive control ones, not the dysfunctional ones, not that help keep up our pattern, our comfortable pattern of dysfunction, but just those everyday things that we can control that can make our life a little bit better and give us happier moments. Then that way, when the things that we can't control happen, we feel a better sense of ourselves, right? We feel more centered, because if we practice every day feeling more centered, trusting ourselves, knowing that we're smart, we're enough, we're capable. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter if other people's opinions are different. We know that we're smart and we can do this, and we can trust in ourselves, and we can have that foundation. So that way, little by little, we want to control less. And when life happens, and it does, and we can't control those things, and they're horrible, we at least know we can count on ourselves and have that trust in ourselves and the support that we made around us. And I think that's key. I think instead of us trying to control everything, why not try to look at the positive little things that we take for granted every single day that we can control, and focus on those instead of the stuff that we can't. And obviously it's easier said than done, but I think just every day practicing gratitude, like I said, and trying to be kind and having a mindset and helping others and helping ourselves, giving ourselves the most acceptance and trust and love than we do anyone else first and foremost, again, will bring us to the center, to this foundation. And when we have a strong foundation, things don't crumble as much, right? When the foundation's bad, things can just crumble down and there's nothing left. But when we build slowly these foundations, I think that it keeps us positive, it keeps us healthy in mind and body and soul, and it gives us a starting point and just, again, more clarity and a place to have a safe place within ourselves when things don't go as planned, whether it's small things that don't go as planned or big life things and obstacles that are really hard to deal with. So I thought that was kind of important to talk about, because I know that we're in a time where we can't control a lot and we feel a lot of anxiety and depression about this. And it's hard, and it's been hard, and it's continuing. And I think that we're all kind of like, oh my gosh, we can't control this. And then when other things are happening in our lives, it just becomes overwhelming. And it's been happening to me, and just having to deal with it all is just too much. So I've noticed that when I take the time to be by myself and focus on myself, which is hard to do because I want to focus and help other people, and that's just in my nature, where I care for other people first. And sometimes that bothers me, right? It's that catch-22. I like that about me, but also sometimes I wish I could treat myself better and just as much or even equal to people that I treat really well. Like, why is it so hard sometimes to treat ourselves so well and give us that kind of trust? And you know, that's another time for another video, but that just goes into our past. And I think, again, the daily practicing, even if it's just one thing, to just help yourself feel okay with yourself is really important. And like I said, especially now, it's very difficult. And I think a lot of us are feeling out of control at times, and we don't always want to say it. We want to keep in control and, you know, keep that facade on. But the reality is sometimes we need to be honest with ourselves, honest with others, and just really let it out and feel like it's comfortable to talk about, because I think we're all feeling that way, but we're all really trying to be strong for somebody else. And I think that that's important, but there needs to be a mixture of being strong and also being vulnerable and being able to express that it's scary and that we're all really, really scared. So that's it. So if you can relate to this, I'd love for you to comment below, like it, subscribe, let me know what other videos you want me to talk about. I can also do something about this in my stories or on Instagram or whatever, but I just want to get everyone kind of together in the sense of being able to talk about how hard things are in general and just now. And I want this to be a safe space for this. So I'd love to hear back. I love to hear all of your feedback. And I hope that you're having a great Friday. If you're not, just have your day, get through it, know that it will get better. It may not be on your time schedule with that, but it will. And I know when you feel crummy and it's just hard to think outside of that crumminess, that things are going to get better, that you're loved, that you could get through this, that you're even capable. I know those feelings all too well, and I know that they also do pass. So if you're having one of those days, know that they pass. Know that you are enough and loved, even when you don't think that, and tell yourself that. Self-talk is great. I do it all the time, and sometimes it feels really weird in the beginning, but then I get used to telling myself all the good things that I would tell other people, and just reminding myself to keep going and to make the best out of what's going on. And sometimes you just can't. And when you can't, don't force yourself to, just be. And if you're having a great day, that's amazing. I hope all of your weekends are really, really good. And let me know if you have any suggestions for future topics. And again, follow me on ladybcollective.com, on my IG, DM me anytime you want. And I just put some more stuff in the community part. I have a Facebook group under the new normal, and just get involved, or let me know ways you want to get involved, or how you want this community to be, or what you want to see more of. And I'd love to hear from you. So again, I think that's all, and I hope you have a really good, great weekend, and I hope that this made you think a little bit and made you feel less alone, and that there is hope out there for all of us. And yeah, I will talk to you later. Bye.